On today's episode of the DeRaud-Messinger Show, I'm talking about two new additions to the Texas Longhorns. Texas fans, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. It's greatly appreciated. So no Dylan today, unfortunately, but I'm here, and we're going to continue and roll on with the first big news, that being Oregon State transfer Silas Bolden picks the Longhorns. The 5'8", 157-pound speedy wideout posted some big numbers last season in 2023 with 54 catches, 746 receiving yards, and 8 total touchdowns. It must be noted that not only did those touchdowns come from just receiving the football, but he also had some rushing touchdowns as well as a special teams touchdown as well. So he's multifaceted. And it just must be noted that in addition to Matthew Golden's transfer, Silas Bolden, just the two of those guys, Bolden and Golden, yet again, just NIL opportunities for the names itself. But also those two guys are going to be probably the mainstays in the special teams unit at both kick return and punt return. Right now, it'd be fun to, just think about who's going to take which position. I would have to guess that Golden takes punt return, and Bolden, yet again, you got to keep the name straight, Bolden takes kick return just based off of their numbers from this past season. But definitely you would think that the Longhorns will get a nice little special teams upgrade just in the 2024 season, even though 2023 was not too bad with Worthy and Keelan Robinson back there respectively. And you had some Jadon Blue as well. But Bolden, yet again, put up some nice numbers last season. In the pros column, I put he's another playmaker for Sarkisian to use. You can already tell that if you just watch his highlights, that Bolden's going to be someone that Sark is going to like to scheme open and probably can be used out of the backfield as well as a receiver. But in addition to that, experience is a key thing here for Sark. Of course, entering this offseason, if you will, which hasn't even been long of an offseason because there's already been a lot of stuff going on just in the past week or two. Entering the offseason, I think everyone, myself included, was a little bit worried about the experience in that wide receiver room. I don't think talent is an issue. I don't think potential is an issue, but just not a lot of overall college snaps for these guys. But Sark now has added Golden, yet again Matthew Golden out of Houston. Then he added Isaiah Bond out of Alabama, and now Silas Bolden out of Oregon State. Those are three guys with plenty of college experience. Now the only problem, and I think everyone knows it, is that they're going to have to get on the same page with Quinn Ewers and build a rapport. That's going to be up to the spring football to determine, and of course the fall camp leading up to the football season. The interesting part about this addition as well is that it looks like Sark is going a little bit positionless in terms of wide receivers. The group, in addition to guys like Ryan Wingo and a couple other talented freshmen, the group is pretty similar in terms of size and stature. Ryan Wingo and Parker Livingston, the incoming freshmen, are kind of the exception to this. When we look at just the guys that have been recently added and the guys that will be entering their second year, you look and you got Isaiah Bond at 5'11", 182 pounds. Matthew Golden is almost the tallest guy in this group with 6 foot, 190 pounds. Then you got Silas Bolden, 5'8", 157 pounds. Jonte Cook, 6 foot on the dot, 186 pounds. DeAndre Moore at 6 foot, 194 pounds. And Ryan Niblett at 5'10", 183 pounds. So if that says anything to you, you could really, yet again I joked about it, you could have a lineup of these guys out there on the football field, close your eyes, and pick someone randomly, and it really could be any of them, just given all the similar sizes and statures of these players, which leads me to question whether Sark is going to want to rotate these guys more often than he did last season. I know Sark has just proven by his own track record that he likes to pick pretty much 3 guys to just keep out there on the field at all times. But with the inexperience and rapport, I guess we will be projecting, maybe he's going to rotate some new faces, and hopefully we get to see some Jonte Cook, DeAndre Moore, Ryan Niblett, Ryan Wingo, etc., on the field as well. But just in terms of excitement, I think it would be silly if Longhorns fans weren't just thrilled with the overall transfer portal haul that they've gotten at the wide receiver position at this point in time. And spring football, I'm excited to see if we already can see a little bit of that trace in terms of what Quinn Ewers and these wideouts will be bringing in 2024. Plenty of deep ball threats here. The question now is, can that happen and can that connect in 2024? That's to be determined. The next position we have is linebacker. We have the Alabama transfer, Kendrick Blackshire. He stands in at 6'2", 233 pounds, and is a product of, wait for it, Duncanville. The Duncanville to Texas pipeline continues, even if it's a little delayed here with the transfer portal addition. Now, Blackshire at Alabama has been more in a backup role and special teams role, and has tallied 25 tackles, so that is experience at the collegiate level, but nothing crazy in terms of what you might expect from an addition. But I will tell you why this is a big add for Sark and the Longhorns. Linebacker right now is a position of need. Of course, Jalen Ford is gone. Jet Bush also will be out the door for the Longhorns, both players entering the NFL draft. Blackshire was on pace to be competing for some playing time at Alabama next season. Of course, has a couple of years under his belt and has some maturing and experience level that is now at the point of knocking on the door of getting some serious playing time. So it was kind of surprising that Blackshire decided to leave, but I think at Texas, just in all honesty, now the playing time door looks even bigger, and he won't have to duck his head in order to enter it. I've joked before in the past that Blackshire, of course, has looked ready to play college football since he was in middle school, which almost is no joke. If you've seen on social media over the past couple years, he's looked like a grown man since he was probably 13 years old. Now he's going to bring in the physical tools to the locker room, and he, of course, has plenty of experience in a Nick Saban, culture setting, which will bode well for Sarkisian and just that winning culture they're trying to build. Blackshire has the potential to be a leader, and likely, like I said, will be competing for some serious snaps. I think it might be too early to guess whether he'll be a starter or not. There is a hole, yet again, with Jalen Ford and Bush out right now. But for the time being, I'm just going to say he's going to be competing for some serious snaps. And it is an interesting add. Yet again, Longhorns, like I talked about a second ago on offense, on defense are also needing experience at all positions. And this is a big add in terms of, yet again, culture. He's played under, a Hall of Fame, and even that might be disrespectful, Hall of Fame coach, arguably the best of all time, and I won't say arguably there, the best coach of all time, and has played with plenty of NFL players. We're just going to hope, if you're Steve Sarkisian and Longhorns fans, that he takes that next step and even competes for a starting spot on the 40 acres. But overall, yet again, exciting ad for Texas. This is going to be a wait-and-see ad, similar to some of the linebackers of the past that Sarkisian has added. But yet again, out of all the guys you'd want, this is a good culture fit, and we'll see how it shakes out for Texas. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Let us know what you think of the addition of Silas Bolden and Kendrick Blackshire. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.